Massive protest by engineer Rashid, he's an independent MLA in Jammu and Kashmir, and his supporters is now taking place against the treatment he says meted out to him by BJP MLAs yesterday. The protesters are also raising slogans as to why anti-beef ban bill was sabotaged.
Engineer Rashid, along with his supporters, has organized this protest. His protesters are demanding that action should be taken against those who thrashed him yesterday. Remember, in the Assembly House, there were BJP MLAs who started beating Engineer Rashid out, saying that he had hurt their sentiments by organizing a beef party. Now, these protesters are trying to march towards the assembly complex, but the police clearly not allowing them to do that. A huge ruckus outside with this massive protest that has been organized. With cameraman Roof Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
All right, that was India Today's Shujaul Haq giving us a report. So these are supporters of independent MLA from Jammu and Kashmir, engineer Rashid, who's carrying out a protest in Kashmir. His supporters are being taken away by the police. Now, what he says is that he's protesting against the sort of treatment that was meted out by the BJP MLAs. Now, just for perspective, this on the left-hand side of your screen is what happened yesterday. Engineer Rashid, who's an independent MLA, known to be a controversial figure, entered into a scuffle with BJP MLAs where he alleges, and that can be seen on the screen as well, where he's slapped by BJP MLAs. And that is the protest which you see today on the right-hand side of your screen. That he says that he objects to this form of protest where MLAs go ahead and slap him. Now, why did the slap happen? BJP says that engineer Rashid provoked them into slapping him because he held a beef party despite the fact that there is a beef ban in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Shujaul Haq now joins us on the phone line for more on this. Shuja, we can see that the police is forcefully taking the MLA and his supporters away. What is the situation at this moment?
Well, Sanket, the situation continues to be very, very tense here. Engineer Rashid, along with his supporters, had carried out this march in they basically were, agitating against what happened yesterday inside the house in which the BJP MLAs had attacked Engineer Rashid over what they said that was, his act of organizing a beef party. And now the Engineer Rashid is, along with his supporters, has sat right outside the assembly complex and has virtually blocked the entrance, not allowing anyone to go inside. It's a huge scene out here. His supporters are shouting slogans, asking the government to explain why the anti-beef ban bill that he had presented in the House was what he calls sabotage and not taken up for discussion. A huge scene being made outside the assembly complex here. We can see, even as we speak, the police trying its level best to virtually forcibly, take his supporters away one by one, drag them out. But huge scenes can be seen outside the Civil Secretariat and Assembly complex. Something very unprecedented, not usually seen this kind of protest that exists right outside this high-profile and high-security zone.
Okay, Shuja, many thanks for joining us. your screen right now. Now, the beef row is likely to dominate the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly today as well, with just a day remaining for the session to conclude. And on that final day, there's this protest that is taking place right at the main gate of the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, inconveniencing a lot of people who are presently on the road. Now, all eyes will be on the Assembly after the anti-beef ban bill could not be taken up on Thursday despite being listed for discussion. Now, this controversial bill has put the PDP BJP coalition government in a spot. Let's quickly listen into Engineer Rashid, who's speaking.
एंटी बीफ बिल जो थी उसको सबोटाज किया गया। आज आप देख रहे हैं हमने आज ताबूत इसमें ये असेंबली के बिल असेंबली में जिस तरह एंटी बीफ बिल को जिस तरह सबोटाज किया गया वो फेल किया गया। उसके खिलाफ एहतजाज के लिए जो मुफ्ती ने आज अपने ज़मीर का सौदा कर दिया उसे ये पैगाम देने के लिए कि हमें आपकी इजाज़त की जरूरत नहीं, जो चीज़ हमारी हलाल है वो हम जा रहे हैं असेंबली से।
All right, that was Engineer Rashid, independent MLA, who is staging a protest at this moment outside the Assembly. So he is objecting to the treatment that he says was meted out to him yesterday by BJP MLAs. That is on the right-hand side of your screen. These are pictures from yesterday where he was allegedly slapped by BJP MLAs. Now, why did the BJP MLAs do that? They try to justify this action, saying that he provoked them into doing this by holding a beef party at a time when beef is banned in the state. Now, this particular issue has become a very contentious one in the Jammu and Kashmir region. This bill also, the anti-beef ban bill, was supposed to be taken up yesterday. It was supposed to be listed for discussion yesterday. However, because of this chaos in the House, it could not be taken up. Now, today is the final day of the Assembly, and it seems highly unlikely, with the sort of commotion that one notices outside the Assembly, that this matter will be taken up today as well. So this entire matter has now spilled on to the streets as well after absolute commotion inside the Assembly. Now, this controversial bill has put the PDP-BJP coalition government in a spot, and the government is likely to be cornered for the assault on MLA Engineer Rashid in the House yesterday. We've got Shuja joining us on the phone line. Shuja, can you explain what is the situation at this moment? We see a lot of police personnel deployed outside the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, where supporters are in fact being taken into custody.
That's right, Sanket. Continuously the police trying its best to take Engineer Rashid and his supporters away. We saw virtually scenes of some people being dragged, of the police personnel pouncing on them, bundling them off in the vehicles, but still Engineer continues to maintain his position. He is right now sitting virtually outside the Assembly gate. He's locked the gate, so to speak, with his supporters. He's lying down on the road, trying to put across a point, send across a message. Basically, they had organized this protest to protest against what happened yesterday. He was beaten up and thrashed by BJP MLAs for organizing a beef party just day before yesterday, and he's also asking the government to explain why his bill which he had brought to demand that the law which bans beef should be scrapped was sabotaged. That's what he calls it, and he is continuously trying to put his point of view across. Police having a very tough time managing the situation here. Let me tell you, this is a very high-profile, high-security zone right outside the Assembly and the Civil Secretariat complex. Unprecedented scenes being seen here with the gates virtually blocked down. The Engineer Rashid and his supporters lying on the ground, not allowing any vehicle to move or pass towards the Assembly complex. Now it's very important to see how the police tackles the situation, because it's some of it very sensitive, so to speak. There are a lot of emotions attached to the issue, the core issue, the issue of the peace ban. Remember, since yesterday, it has been in the news after what happened inside the house. There was a lot of ruckus with the BJP MLAs thrashing Engineer Rashid, and he also retaliating. And they're on, making statements accusing each other. The speaker later on had to ask the members to resume, but then the damage was done. As of now, we're seeing huge scenes of ruckus and commotion outside the complex. And police, as we speak, trying to jostle with the situation. They are virtually dragging, lifting, bundling the Engineer Rashid supporters into the vehicle, but it doesn't seem like the MLA is budging from his position.
Okay. Shujaul Haq, many thanks for joining us.